Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at Fremantle Prison, which is 30 minutes away from Perth Airport to Fremantle Prison. This is from by car, and there are like around 3 different routes and probably more. This is how it looks like. Fremantle Prison. This prison was shut down back in 1999. And all the convicts were shipped to another prison. This is a good place for Perth schools to do their excursions. Let's go inside. So let's step inside the main locker room of the prison. As you see the hooks and everything, this is where the prisoners first keep their clothes before entering that door through there, which is the shower room. This is when they first come to the prison, they hand all of their possessions, which they will be returned to them once and if they are released. So yeah, there's no food beyond that point. And yeah, I honestly don't know what the 18 and 58 for those headphone symbols are. If you do know what it means, tell me in the comment section below. So yeah, as we enter the shower room of the prison, PS, never drop the soap in a prison. If you know, you know. Yeah, as we head in, the shower situation doesn't look that good. There's no doors, and it's just an overhead shower, and everyone can see you. Yeah. As we enter back to the locker room, you can see that they have like a small washing machine where we once were.
Welcome back in some cases. My name's Steve. I'll be your guide today behind the hospital. I'm going to lead you to the office, and I'm going to try and tell you some history. If it's your first time this month, you might not. Fremantle Prison was Western Australia's maximum security facility for 136 years. They were finally forced to shut down in November of 1991. But up until that point, it was a little more than 30 years ago, it was still holding some of the worst the state has had. If you're convicted of a crime and sentenced to a certain term here, you'd leave the courthouse and come back to the police van. They'd drive you up to the gatehouse outside and throw you through this doorway into reception. The first thing the prisoners had to do on the morning was get naked. They will strip off their clothes. But hang on and cover the bag. They're provided with a small box to hold their jewellery, personal belongings, which you probably wouldn't see items left in reception until the day you left prison, if you did. With an address, they were called up one by one for an inspection to make sure they weren't smuggling any contraband.
So let's step out of the shower room of the prison, and this is the courtyard of the prison, and as you can see, all those little windows are their jail cells. And as you can see, the lawn has been very well maintained and trimmed probably once in a week. So let's take a walk through the courtyard. A little stroll, we shall say. Take a good look at the prison. You would never want to be here.
We get one of our first problems. still known as the Swan River Colony. It was constructed over an 8-year period between 1851 and 1959 and was solely using convict labour. Prisons had been sent to Australia, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. They had to build it using limestone, quarried here on site. They used Western Australian jarrah, harvested from trees up in King's Park. And they even recycled. They tore apart the old sailing ships that brought them here and used the pieces to build the prison. The main cell block is 4 stories tall. It's more than 500 foot long. And even today, it remains the tallest and biggest convict-built structure standing intact in the Southern Hemisphere. When it was completely full, it could hold almost 1,000 men. But that soon wasn't enough. When the gold rush hit the Kalgoorlie region, the population of Western Australia exploded. People started moving here from all over the world, hoping they'd find gold and get rich. But more people and more money led to more crime. They had to expand the size of the prison. All the way down the far corner, with the green drain pipes, there's a separate section called New Division. This gave the authorities space for another 220 men. It mostly held those serving life sentences and those awaiting execution. And down to the left, just beyond the wall, you can see the red brick roof of what was formerly a women's division, which would hold about 75 female prisoners. We'll be heading over that way a little later. Half an hour goes. Mind your feet if you're crossing the grass. We'll make our way up around the corner.
So as you heard the dude, there's like 2 extra divisions. One for like the people who are gonna get executed and who are awaiting death and life sentences. And there's also one part for the women's division, which holds less than 100 females. So, yeah. It doesn't look like this place has been repainted as much.
As population kept on growing, one of the biggest problems the authorities kept running into was trying to keep everyone busy. They decided to give the prisoners jobs on site, people that could help out with manufacturing and repair work. They had prisoners in a tailor shop making uniforms, boot shop making shoes. They tended to the grounds, grew their own vegetables in the gardens, and helped as orderlies in the hospital. Up ahead, you can see the entrance to the old East workshops, which used to be home to the prisoners' metalwork, carpentry shops, and even a small garage. But through it all, in the eyes of the prisoners, the best job available was working in the kitchen. We'll take a look.
So let's go into the kitchen. Woo! This is the kitchen, guys, and as you can see, there's like 5 giant tubs and a place.
Can give you a glimpse in the kitchen. When we talk about jobs within the prison, position in the kitchen is considered the best one you can possibly have. There was ample opportunity for snacking, working around the food. Prisoners in the kitchen were the only ones that had a shower every day. The other prisoners could have 3 a week.
That's disgusting.
And since prisoners are paid for their work, kitchen staff were the highest paid. In 1991, they were getting $37 a week. It's better than nothing. In the modern days, they'd have a team of 20 prisoners working out. They had to start at 5 o'clock in the morning, then up at 3 in the afternoon. They're expected to make hundreds of meals each day. But even with all those hardened prisoners working out here, at first they were watched by just two men. There was an officer to handle discipline, and a cooking instructor who tried to teach them what they were doing. The supervisors spent most of their shift over here, in the officers' quarters. And they also controlled the knife count. They had to keep all cutlery carefully numbered, laid out, and signed in and signed out. So nothing shot can disappear at the end of a shift. As we travel through today, some of you might be surprised to hear Fremantle prisoners never really had a dining room where men would eat their meals together. Even from the 1850s, they had their meals served onto metal trays, which were loaded onto wooden coals and sent through the cellar. Officers had to let prisoners out of their cells floor by floor. They'd come out, collect a tray, take it back to their room. It did help to cut down on fighting and violence, but it also meant that many men were locked up here for years, never had a meal with another human being. Once you've had a good look at these photos, guys, we'll head down this way.
Let's take a look at this. Oh god, that's your cells. Cells, mate, bro. Look at that. Looks kinda scary. Oh my god. Oh guys, the cells are closed for special purposes. The guide will tell us about this.
Since this is the very oldest part of the complex became construction, we've been going through over the last few years and stripping it all back if we can. Taking the concrete off the floor, plaster off the walls, even the paint off the doors. Try and give you a real idea of what the site looked like in the 1850s. From down on the ground floor, almost every cast iron door you can see leads to the original cell. We left this one open to give you an idea of its dimensions. In the 1850s, even a fully grown man wasn't much bigger than a teenager is today. To start off with, every cell on site was 7 foot by 4, or 1.2 by 2.1 metres. They had barely enough room there for a hammock to sleep on, a table to sit at, eat their meals. And since the cell block doesn't really have indoor plumbing, whenever they had to go to the bathroom, they had a slop bucket. The prisoners here were using buckets pretty much all the way until 1991. The only change was in the 1970s. They briefly gave the prisoners chemical toilets, but took them away again once they realised prisoners were drinking the liquid from the bottom of the toilets because of its alcohol content.
Oh, that's
It made them horribly sick, stained their teeth blue. Everyone knew what they were doing.
That's disgusting.
By the end of the convict era, about 1890, the authorities agreed the cells were too small, even for criminals. They came through over the next 10 years, and they started renovating. They broke down the adjoining wall between two cells and made them into one large living space. Even today, you'll almost always find two doors and just one lock between them. The prisoners were overjoyed, thinking about having more space to spread out. But then the authorities realised they had an overcrowding problem. They had too many men here, but nowhere near enough rooms. So everybody got a roommate they didn't pick. And now each room held 2 men, 2 beds, 2 stools, and one shared bucket. If you didn't get a chance already, guys, you might like to have a good look at that original size cell. Snap a photo if you like. Mind your feet as we step outside. Before we lose the light, I'd like to show you the exercise yards.
Let's take a look at where these guys exercise. But before that, let's take a look at the soil. Oh my god. That's kind of small. Did you guys see that tower over there in the distance? That's where they kept the watch guards up there. And if there was any fighting, they would keep like a sniper or something and shoot them as a warning shot. Those wires up there are electrical wires to prevent prisoners from escaping.
Great. As much work as they could. But there were only ever really enough jobs for about 30%. There's been prisons fought in tooth and nail for the worst positions. There are even prisons who were desperate to be the yard man and clean out toilet buckets for $11 a week. Because if you didn't have somewhere better to be, you could be spending 14 hours a day in a yard, mate or shop. Shelters like these ones were only added in the 1970s. Prior to that point, there was no coverage out here. In the summertime, it was very common for the biggest and strongest prisoners to be found fighting each other for a space in the wall, so they can draw at least a little shade. While the yards of the prison do vary in size, it didn't matter how large or small they were. They were almost always watched over by one officer stationed in the gatehouse. He was provided with a baton and a whistle to control hundreds of angry prisoners. It wasn't terribly effective. He was really only here to observe and report. Right up on top of the perimeter wall, here's one of our gun posts. It's one of 6 that surround the facility. From the 1970s onwards, they were manned by armed officers 24/7. If an officer spotted a prisoner unescorted, breaking protocol, parade ground, or ease back, they're first supposed to challenge them with a verbal warning, then fire a warning shot over the head before they can start aiming for the legs. We'll head back in.
Radical net, bro. Like, this is Division 2, I believe. There's more cells on top, and look how very narrow the walking pathways are.
So we didn't lose anybody back outside. Back in the prison trial, we're standing right in the middle of Division 2. What can be a bit hard to imagine? When the prison first opened, the interior walls, at either end of the hallway, didn't exist. The prison started off as one long, uninterrupted hallway. Everyone was jumbled together. There wasn't really much rhyme or reason. But the authorities quickly realised it would be better to separate them based on the nature and severity of their crimes, how naughty they've been. They split the cell block into divisions. Each was given its own purpose and its own yard. The Division 1, on the south side, is where we originally held young offenders. We've had children younger than 10 at a time. In later years, Division 1 held the lowest level offenders. The prisons in Vermont. Too many unpaid parking tickets or speeding fines. And by the very end, Division 1 was exclusively held sex offenders. The other prisons.
This is the execution room where they are hung to death. Scary.
Everyone's found themselves comfortable spot. Right in the centre of the prison, we found ourselves in the gallows. There were 44 executions in this room between 1889 and 1964. Among them, Jimmy Law, first man executed on the spot. Martha Rendell, in 1909, the only woman executed in prison after she was accused of the murder of 3 of the 5 stepchildren. And the final man ever executed in Western Australia, Eric Edgar Cook, the infamous serial.
Take a look at the new and improved cell block with better beds. So this is the evolution of all the cell blocks, and it started off like this. Then it eventually evolved into not a bit better, but a same orientation, but it's just flipped around. And this was from a new one from the 1920s to the 1960s. And now we're going to the 1960s to 1980s. This is a film in a theater, probably to show how the evolution of Fremantle Prison is. And now these are actually lodges you guys can rent when you go to Fremantle Prison just to stay over for a night. So yeah, there's a couple of amenities you can get in Fremantle Prison other than like staying in the cells, which was not that great. And these are the lodges from the outside. And yeah, well, this is it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Please subscribe to Arjun Travel Diaries. See ya. Ciao.